How's it going, guys? Noah here with episode 9 of the 55-gallon tank build. I wanted to wait about a month or so before I release another episode because I knew that I would be changing a lot in this tank. And that's as far as livestock and corals and equipment and all sorts of stuff that you guys can probably even tell just by noticing this shot right here. Heaters, lights, corals, like I just mentioned before, my quarantine setup, water mixing station, everything. I definitely have been doing a lot this last month, but the first thing I definitely want to go over with you guys is the SB reef lights, or the Chinese black boxes. So a name that you'll commonly hear on the Chinese LED black box proof group on Facebook is Mike Herman, and I believe that he developed the spectrum on these particular black boxes and the outsides and all the integrated properties, hardware and such. But these are quality. I don't know the specifics on them, but you tell from this picture, there's a lighting chart. Tons of different lights in there. You got your blues, you got your moonlights, you got your soft whites, you got reds, greens, your ultraviolets that trick coral into thinking that they're in shallow water. And these are just a few screenshots of my coral in the first 2 weeks alone that have opened up so much more noticeably than my current orbit marine light. And it is definitely a big difference. And that's actually my my Duncan frag that I got after first 2 hours. It was just opened up. So I will definitely leave a link in the description below to sbreeflights.com and the Chinese LED black box proof group on Facebook. But definitely big plus on this model is the timer function, and three controllable channels: your blues, your moons, and then your whites. Hopefully soon I'll be able to control greens and reds. And so here's a shot of my 3 newer corals that I got. On the right, bottom right is my Czechophilia, and above it is a trumpet, and to the left is my frog spawn. And he's actually not open all the way. I kind of blasted him with my power head a little bit, but he will probably extend about 50% more than he actually is right there. But these 3 coral definitely look really pretty when the moonlights are on, and they just glow that nice bright fluorescent green. So then here is a clip of my new Duncan coral that I got from Live Aquaria. Came in very good shape. I did a standard coral dip on there to remove any hitchhikers, and within the first couple hours under these lights he opened right up. Just loving the flow. These are very easy coral to take care of. They prefer to be lower in the tank or on the sand bed. Moderate flow and lighting. And then my pink Zoa colony and my pink hammer are also doing great. And I noticed that my pink hammer, I believe, has propagated, because instead of it having one head, there are now 2 heads, and it's kind of a bad angle. You can't really tell. You can really tell though when he closes up. You can definitely see both the heads for sure on the pink hammer. And then my Yuma mushrooms are also doing very good under this light. Instead of the purples, I'm starting to see a lot of greens and a lot of blues around the outside of the mushrooms. So kind of a funny story. Recently, I'm sure you guys know that I purchased a green bubble tip anemone. My larger maroon, it is being hosted by it, but the thing is that the maroon is too big and aggressive, so I think my BTA is actually dying. Unfortunately, my other small clown was ditched, and so he's being picked on by my 3-striped damsel. But what's kind of cool is that the yellow tip damsel and my smaller maroon clown have kind of become buddies. They kind of like stick close to each other and are looking out for each other. But my smaller maroon, you can see his fins are a little tore up. The 3-stripe is really picking on him, and I would like to keep them. I probably have to remove one of them. But you can see my large maroon clown over there, kind of swimming around close to where the BTA is. Kind of can't really get a good shot on the BTA because he's in an awkward spot under the rock, but generally most of the time he stays closed up, and once he does open up, there's no color to him. It's pretty white. So I think if I get another BTA, it's going to be a larger one than that, because I believe that maroon clown is just too rough with him, and he's a small BTA. He's only the size of a quarter. So taking a look in my sump now, didn't really change too much except for the protein skimmer. I actually downsized to the Core Life 65 super skimmer, having too many problems with the 125. And I know they say that a larger protein skimmer for your system can be a good thing, but I think in my case it was almost too powerful. I wasn't getting good. When I would get good skim mate, it would only be at feeding time or a couple hours after that. And then, if there's nothing to skim, there's nothing to skim. It just pulls water and nothing at all. So other than that, I started using tie-on filter socks, which I'm starting to like, but I want a better setup than what I got right now, other than just tying the filter sock onto my inlet pipe. I'm probably going to make some kind of acrylic holster so I can get the ring style filter socks for sure. And then I finally decided to take everyone's advice and upgrade my power head system to the Jabo RW8 series with the Wave Maker controller. And I ditched the high door smart wave controller because it was very loud and it clicked, and you guys know the common rhetoric behind it. The Jabo for sure. I'm not going to go into the controller too much, but it is, the light shut, or the current goes down when I need it to at nighttime. I can control the waves. I love it. I'll probably release another video detailing it a little bit more, but other than that, I put a little temperature probe in the tank as well. And then down here is my newly renovated quarantine and salt mixing station / RODI station that I have. Built a new stand for my RODI tank, and if you look on the upper left side of the RODI container stand, you'll see that I have my hard door wave controller there. I use that when I'm mixing my salt water. I'll pre-mix it for a couple days, and I just plug them right into that and have the pumps turn on and off between 2 to 5 minute intervals, and it works really nice. The salt gets nice and dissolved, and the water is pre-warmed and pre-mixed and ready to go for when I have to do my water changes. Alright, so this next clip is going to be me actually commentating live, so just stay tuned, I'll be right back. So like I told you guys in the last episode, my quarantine tank is finally getting put to use. And I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this, but it's a yellow tank. And for some reason, he finds comfort in the back right of that tank behind the thermometer. He doesn't want to go in that white PVC elbow. I know what you guys are thinking. A Tang is a 55 gallon is too small for a Tang. It's like putting them in a cup of water. But let's be realistic here, guys. There's plenty of room in the tank for him as far as other co-inhabitants go, and it doesn't matter if they're in a 10 gallon quarantine tank or a 500 gallon fully established reef tank. They're not in the ocean. So it's not like I'm going to keep him until he's fully grown, which is about up to 6 to 8 inches. I'll probably keep him for a couple years, and once I feel like he is definitely too big for the tank, he will definitely probably be given away or sold to another aquarius in the area. But he came overnight from California, Long Beach, California, to Live Aquaria, and as well as at Duncan that you saw earlier. And he is in great condition. I got a little seaweed on a clip right there. He's been taking nibbles at it. I took a little piece of live rock out of my sump just to kind of help seed the filter floss in a hang-on back filter with some beneficial bacteria, but still closely paying attention to my ammonia and nitrite levels. This is the first time I've done a quarantine tank, and he seems to be happy. I mean, he's eating these Omega 1 flakes, these marine flakes, and I see him pecking around at the algae on the thermometer and on the bottom of the heater. Do not pay attention to this. This is not accurate. The salinity I was actually told to drop it to 1.021. So that's what I did. And the temperature is about 79 degrees. It's staying pretty consistent, but you also gotta remember I'm in a basement right now, so it's a little cooler down here, so that heater is working a little bit to maintain temperature. But plan on keeping him in for a couple weeks. So far, it's been about a day or so, and you know he looks fine. He looks great. It kind of had me worried at first. I didn't know that when the lights go off and tangs start to sleep, their color kind of fades, and they get like these like two big brown patches on either side of them. Apparently that's normal, but it kind of freaked me out. But so once the daylights came on, he's nice and vibrant and yellow, and yeah, so far he's doing pretty good. So like I said, I might get a lot of hate for putting a tang in there, but he's a real small little guy. I don't plan on keeping him a long time, but I would definitely love to eventually get a bigger tank and just have tons of tangs, because you know, as common as they are, I find them to be the most gorgeous fish in the reef keeping hobby. Yeah, that's my yellow tang, guys. Alright, so thanks for watching episode 9 of my 55-gallon tank build series. Definitely have a lot of future plans with this tank. More coral, obviously. And I would like to start building an upper enclosed canopy for the tank. I know I built that trim and it looks nice, but honestly, the SB Reef Light looks cool, but I don't like it exposed like that. To me, it's kind of an eyesore, and I would really like to have that enclosed. Also, one thing I didn't mention in the video is I purchased a new heater. It's the Phoenix 300 watt series, and it has a controllable pad right by the plug-in, which I can control the temperature from there. So that's something I forgot to tell you guys. But until next time, episode 10, thanks for watching, guys.